What's up, guys? So today I honestly feel a little underdressed to discuss this film, but now that I'm really thinking about it, I don't feel quite as underdressed. And that probably confuses all of you, but I promise I will get there. The film we're talking about today is called The Outfit. It was written by Jonathan McLean and Graham Moore. It was also directed by Graham Moore, and this was his directorial debut. Honestly, I think the film is absolutely wonderful. It takes place in Chicago during kind of the height of the mafia. During like the early 1900s, there was this specific mafia organization known as the Outfit. And it was an organization that Al Capone was known to have been a part of. And that is one side of the title, The Outfit, because obviously, you know, duh. But then there's the other side where it kind of ties into our main character that we meet and the only location that this movie takes place in. And that is at a tailor shop. Our main character, Leonard, who is played by Mark Rylance, when the movie opens up, he's talking about how you craft the perfect suit, the perfect outfit, if you will. It looks like that's how we're going to get to see this it's the perspective that we're given in order to really see kind of how this entire thing plays out. So it's tying life to the art imitating life, but specifically in the crafting of tailoring, or as Leonard regularly points out, he is a cutter, not a tailor, because he cuts the fabric, where a tailor just sews buttons and adjusts seams. A few other general facts for this review is that not only does it star Mark Rylance, it also has Zoe Deutsch, Dylan O'Brien, and Johnny Flynn. Those are kind of like your four really main characters, and then there are two other actors that are like listed on the poster, but it's not. They play a prominent role, but they're not as prominently on screen, if that makes sense. And also their names are presently escaping my brain. So it's in my written review, which you can access through the link to my website, which is found down below. It is rated R, so we'll go ahead and throw that out. There is a little bit of gore that exists, because the events start with the fact that two of our mobsters, Dylan O'Brien and Johnny Flynn, or their character names Richie and Francis, they come in because Richie has been shot by the opposing mafia family. Because of how much blood Richie was losing, the Mr. Leonard has to stitch him up. And that's kind of where it all little begins, and it's an entire night, and it's a matter of will the tailor survive the night with these mobsters? And I recommend you go see it if mafia things, like if mobsters and just honestly like double meaning storylines, because this entire film is filled with double meanings, and it was such a fun ride, honestly, because it had you questioning, does he actually mean what he's saying? Literally, I had it in the back of my head, Kenneth Branagh from the 1993 Much Ado About Nothing adaptation saying, there's a double meaning in that, the entire time, because I kept finding different double meanings, and it was fun. I thought it was fun. But now I'm going to let you know that starting from this point on, there will be spoilers, and I am not going to be held responsible for you being spoiled for this film. So with the way that the film opens up, with Leonard kind of walking us through how you make a suit, how you craft the perfect suit. One of the things that is pointed out from at the top is the colors that everybody wears. Those that wear gray tend to want to blend in a little bit more, where those who wear bolder colors, or really just anything that's not gray, because of that, it kind of turns your eye a little bit more to how the characters are costumed and what they're wearing, and the fact that Mabel, who is played by Zoe Deutsch, she is the assistant to Leonard. She wears reds. Like she's probably the boldest on screen, and she, turns out, is making the boldest move of the film by being the rat, actually. She is the legit rat that has these mobsters nervous because the outfit has provided them with a tape that, oh, they need to listen, because then they'll know who is leaking information to the FBI and to their enemies. And then you also have the way that Leonard's dressed. Leonard, you don't really see him in a suit until the end of the film, because the suit that he's been making throughout this entire film was for him. Leonard is literally in like a button down and a vest, and he has a tie, but like because he's the only male that graces the screen not wearing a suit, he stands out on his own. But that adds to kind of the twist that happens at the end, which I don't know how I feel about it. It wasn't like a, oh my gosh, this is so shocking. It was just a, was this necessary? Because it feels like everything's already resolved. But you know, what's one more little fight scene, and it's between Francis and Leonard, and that's where we learn, and it actually ties in. Like, this is why I'm not like mad about it. The fact that every time someone mentioned that, oh, Leonard's the tailor, and he corrects them saying that he's not a tailor, he's a cutter, it then connects, because he rolls up his sleeves and reveals all of these tattoos that literally explain what his past is, because we get little glimpses and pieces along the way, but this is probably like the most important aspect of his character in a way. And the fact that he is a cutter, he literally takes his shears and stabs Francis, because at the end of the film, he's literally talking about how it's like sometimes it doesn't turn out the way you want and you just have to start again. Like, sometimes you fail, but then you can start it all over again. And the end of the film is literally him choosing to start over again. And one of the things that I like and I really appreciate about this story is how it almost has the same kind of thing that like Hadestown has, where you could literally listen to it, you could literally watch it like again and again and again, and it could look different every time, because even though every time you're going to watch it or every time you listen to Hadestown, it's going to be the same characters every time, but you could literally interchange the characters, tell the exact same story, and it would feel like it had new life. It's been a while since I've seen a movie that has that timeless feel to it. And I think that's what I appreciate the most about the outfit. And so I definitely have a lot more thoughts about this, and they are more than likely either been left on the editing room floor, or they were more than likely put in the review, which you can see on my website, which is linked down below. That's it for me. I will see you next video. Bye. Don't